we're here for a major announcement with regard to the Colorado Eagles franchise. And with that, and with no further ado, I'd like to welcome up the President, General Manager, and Head Coach of the Colorado Eagles, Mr. Chris Stewart.
Thanks, Kevin. I appreciate everybody showing up here today as well, especially on short notice. We've called this press conference today to thank our fans for another incredible season and to share with them this moment. It's been their support that's helped us achieve not only our success this season, but for the entire 8 years of our existence in the CHL. They truly are the best fans of professional sports. Without them, we never would have achieved all our successes. And I'm talking about 8 playoff appearances, 3 Governor's Cups, 5 conference championships, 2 President's Cups, and 2 franchises of the year. And not to forget our 311-game sellout streak. It is because of that established tradition of excellence that I'm proud to announce today that the Colorado Eagles have been accepted as members in the ECHL. As much as we've enjoyed our time with the Central Hockey League, this move is something we believe we're ready for and ready to make as an organization. We're energized by the challenges that the ECHL will present, but are confident that we'll be able to continue at a successful and high level. As our slogan for next season reads, "New league, same tradition." This is a new league, a strong and exciting new league, but we have no doubt we'll be able to carry on our same tradition of excellence. It's certainly an exciting move for our entire organization, and it will be an exciting move for our fan base as well. I look forward to having a great nucleus of players back next year, as well as adding some very good young talent to this hockey club. We anticipate an NHL affiliation and just a lot of great things coming down the road. The level of play is going to be increased. Our fans are certainly going to enjoy it. But again, the tradition of excellence will be maintained, and the entertainment value that the Colorado Eagles have brought to Northern Colorado will remain the same. Thank you very much for attending today, and again, thank you to the fans of Northern Colorado. So this move was, this has been long in the planning. This move didn't just happen over this past season at all. Actually, it was something that I brought up probably 5 years ago. I think it was in '07 when we won that championship, somewhere in there. That the idea seemed to me to be a good idea, and it's just it's progressed from there. And we knew we were going to pull this thing off about 3 years ago, and kind of held it under our hat here. So it's been long in the making. This was not a knee-jerk reaction to anything because we lost Game 7 or anything like that. This was well planned, and it's been in the works for quite a while. And trust me, the due diligence was put in. We would never upset something as golden as this without knowing for sure that we were making a move that was going to be beneficial not only to the entire organization, but to all of Northern Colorado and everybody involved. You look at the economic impact that the Colorado Eagles brings into Northern Colorado. There was an independent study in our early going that we were somewhere around $30 million a year. So I guess if you slice it and dice it around here, we're well over $200 million. It's the economic impact of the Colorado Eagles. So it is something, again, that we've put in a lot of hard work and made sure that we were doing the right thing to help grow the business model, help grow the Colorado Eagles and our fan base, and again, provide entertainment at the very best level that we possibly can. And we've got 4 of the captains here today that, in my opinion, would do very well in this league that we're making a move into, the ECHL. Without a doubt, all 4 of these guys would be able to play and play very well. So, you know, it's going to be better younger talent that I think that we're going to be adding to this hockey club, or I know that we're going to be adding. And these guys will be, you know, fresh out of college or fresh out of junior, and kids that have that chance still because of their age to maybe make it to the National Hockey League. So we actually are part of the process now of getting young, talented players into the National Hockey League. I mean, there's only 600 jobs in the NHL, so you have to think with the amount of players there are in the entire world, only 600 players playing in the NHL, you got to know there's a lot of good guys out there that maybe have been overlooked or haven't quite found their step yet, and all they need is another year or another couple games, or, you know, we look at Jordanek, the young kid that we brought in here this year. He came in and he was kind of a fat kid. He had a little bit that baby body to him, and he wasn't quite ready. But being around guys that are in great shape, like Jason Beattie and Riley Nelson and Kevin Yolansky and Aaron Schneekloth, helped him, and they helped him in a lot of ways, because when he showed up at the rink, they saw how hard these guys were working. I mean, they were predominantly the first in every drill that we ran. The older players were the guys that finished first. They were the guys that were snapping the puck around the hardest, and he followed suit. Trust me, it wasn't because I was whipping him or beating him with a stick with a nail in it or anything like that. It was the fact of the matter is he was led by example, and we had great leaders this year. And so you see a young kid like that do what he did. Next year, look out. I mean, he'll light it on fire. He really will. So I hope I gave you enough time to think of some questions.
Chris, you mentioned the players. Will there be players from this year's team that will be part of the team next year and beyond?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You'll see players from this year's hockey club on next year's team for sure. I mean, it's the same as always. I mean, the best players play, and we'll make some tough decisions. There's no doubt. It's going to be hard, but you'll see some players from this hockey team, without a doubt, on next year's team.
Chris, one more. You mentioned an affiliate. Is that in the works? Have you had talks with certain teams, or is that something that...
I've had some informal talks with some clubs. Really couldn't do anything. We were bound by a confidentiality agreement, so, I did more listening than I did talking, just to see what was out there. And, I think there are some pretty good opportunities, but again, we'll put in our due diligence to make sure that it's going to be something that's advantageous to, not only them, but to us as well. It's got to be a good two-way street, as anybody will tell you. We're not in the business to be dictated to, as you know. I mean, we want to work with a club and help promote good young players. But at the end of the day, first and foremost comes the fans of Northern Colorado and the ownership group.